Day 527, 22 for 22. Good morning. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight. Do not quit. Today is Red Friday. Please remember everyone deployed. We have people everywhere, and we just had two soldiers killed in Afghanistan. A guy from the 3rd, I believe, Special Forces Group, and an EOD technician. Just goes to show that being downrange still isn't safe. There is always something going on somewhere, and what we do inherently is not safe. Whether it's operating a ship, flying an aircraft, flying a helicopter, or boots on the ground anywhere, in any capacity, it's not always safe. So, gotta do what you can to come home safe. And if you pray, please say a prayer for them. And if you don't, you do what you do. All right, so yesterday I talked about opening day, looking at it as hope. No team goes into the opening day of their season thinking that they are not going to win the World Series. Every team goes in saying, I got a shot. And that's what you got to do in your head. Every day is opening day, especially if the day before was a crap day. And we're all going to have those. You're going to end up in the shit sandwich and have trouble taking a bite. So the main thing I want to talk about today was Surviving Me. There's a podcast called Surviving Me. I was on it the other day, and I had never thought about the putting it that way. But it is true. You have already survived your traumatic event. You've already gotten this far in your life. You've survived. Now, if you're finding yourself sitting on the edge of the cliff, looking into the abyss and thinking it's beautiful, the problem is you got to survive you at this point. I mean, survive me is what they call it. But I think you understand what I'm saying. The surviving you aspect of it's got to be you deciding to stand up, do an about face, march back into your life, and take charge. And don't take no for an answer unless it's a good no. Attitude is almost everything, and being proactive. And I've been trying to talk about being proactive in our lives. A lot of people I've seen lately have gotten themselves into financial pickles and don't see a way out, and then are getting to the point where they want to kill themselves because they've screwed everything up so bad. Nah, it's always fixable. If you want a way to get out of trouble, look up Dave Ramsey. It's not going to be a quick solution. It took you a long time to get there, unless you had something catastrophic medically happen that and even then it's still a build to get into big trouble. But look at Dave Ramsey and see if he can't help you out there. There's I'll talk more about different things, but the surviving me is you have to figure out how you got to where you're at, and you got to think about it. And if it's difficult, you still got to do it. As I said, it took you a while to get to where you're at. It usually doesn't. It can be a quick, fast, and a hurry descent into madness, but it can also be a long, slow, gradual, holy shit, how did I end up here, descent too. So what you got to do is figure out how you got there. I know how I got to where I was. I know how I got out too. It was a good person supporting me when I needed it most. And you've got that around you. You just got to open your eyes and see it. Luckily, I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. The proactiveness is simply not taking your demise as what's going to happen. Being proactive is doing something to change the circumstances in which you are in, and working towards better solutions to problems that you may find yourself in. There is nothing wrong with seeking financial counseling. There is nothing wrong with seeking mental health counseling. There is nothing wrong with reaching out to people and being proactive and trying to make sure that you stay here. If you got kids, you got no choice. I mean, you shouldn't have a choice anyway. You got to be here for them. Otherwise, you wreck their world too. And, you know, the family around you, besides kids, wife or husband, parents, grandparents, if they're still around, you know, you got to do what you got to do to be here. I've said it before, life is beautiful if you let it. You just got to let it, and you got to work towards it. And it's a continuous operation that you're always pedaling that bike. You can coast here and there to catch your breath, but you always got to be pedaling, and largely it's going to be uphill. And I talked about it a while ago. I haven't talked about it much lately, but hills and valleys. Life is a bunch of hills and valleys, your high points and your low points. And you just got to try to find that area on the map where the hills are not so steep and the valleys are not so deep, and try to ride that military crest and just stay steady. You know, follow natural lines of drift. Don't go finding that cliff. That cliff is a doozy, and even if you do find yourself there, just got to figure out how to box around it. How am I going to get down? How am I going to get down from here without killing myself and falling all the way in? Or, you know, there's always the 120. Tie it onto the tree and hope it holds, and go down that way, and then start your way back up. There's almost always a workaround for the position you find yourself in. Almost always. Health-wise, sometimes, well, you're not beating Father Time in the long run, but there's a lot of life to be had before Father Time runs out on you. But, you know, some health problems, yeah, they're going to take you out. I face that every day, and I'm still going to live my life to the best that I can. I've got a wonderful family to keep going for, and I've said it before, I've risen like the phoenix. I'm not rich, and I'm not famous, but I'm happy. I found a way to get there, and that is through throwing myself back into my life and working towards what I wanted. My life ain't perfect by any stretch, but it is 100 times better than it was in 2006. And I will take what I have now every day, and I will work to improve it, and I will work to keep it, and I will work to make the people around me, to include you guys that are watching this, better than you were today. You know, even if it is just up here, being a little bit happier about being you. And that's bottom line. You just got to be proactive, always working, always seeking the solution, always moving forward, or at least side and then forward, not backwards. Not unless you're going backwards to make a big jump forward. All right. So anyway, time for some push-ups. Talked a lot longer than I wanted to. Holy crap. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 1 for the airborne ranger in the sky, 1 for the infantry, 1 for the fallen. Alright, so what are you going to do today to survive you? Alright, got my YouTube channel, that _push-up_guy tough. Please hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and leave a comment for me. Whew. Share the videos, please. I have Instagram, that push-up guy, Twitter, at guy push-up, Facebook, Jim Tough, and I also have post the videos in 18 to 20 Facebook groups, veterans groups. If you can't share from inside the group, share from my page. Please share them. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. But please, whatever you do, do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this. We'll see you here Monday. Tough out.